Hello, my name is Caredwen. I'm a counsellor and I work from my clinic Magic Hands Calm Minds in Colford in the Forest of Dean. And this is one of a series of videos about some of the less serious, less well-known mental health issues that people have and which you may not even realise are actually a thing. And today what I want to talk about is an inability to say no. Now, people who can't say no generally have a number of reasons for that. So one of the main reasons is that they think if they say no, people won't like them. And therefore they have to purchase liking and affection from people by doing what those people want them to do. The reason that tends to happen is usually because they feel that they're fundamentally not likeable enough for people to like them unless they do things for them. Now, that's obviously in moderation a good thing. We all like to be kind, we all like kind and helpful people. And if you're choosing to be kind and helpful, that's a good thing. What I'm talking about is when you don't really want to be kind and helpful, but you feel you have to be. So somebody asks you to do something for them, it's going to be really inconvenient for you, you haven't really got the time, it's something you'll find very difficult or very challenging, but you still have to do it because if you say no, they might be upset. Now, obviously it's possible that they will be upset if you say no, particularly if you're in the habit of doing things for them and doing what they ask, because that's what they're used to, that's what they will be expecting. But in fact, it's on them, not on you. Now, when I talk to people who have this issue, a lot of the time they say, oh, but I wouldn't want to be selfish. And actually, being unable to say no is at this end of the spectrum. Being selfish is at this end. And there is a whole realm in the middle of doing things because you want to, because you care for the person who's asked, because you are a nice person, without having to go right to this end of no matter what anybody asks me to do, no matter how difficult or inconvenient it might be, I still have to say yes. And it's also a long way from this end that no matter what somebody asks me to do and how simple and easy it might be for me to do it, I'm going to refuse just because that's the sort of person I am. Those two positions are very far apart. And if you are at one end, you are very, very unlikely to ever get to the other end because it is so alien to how you are as a person. So if you are at this end and whenever anybody asks you to do something, you always feel you have to do it, it will feel that saying no is all the way over here. But actually, it's only going to be somewhere in the middle. So how do you get to that happy medium, balanced position? The first question to ask yourself is, why do I feel I have to say yes? Is it because you think they won't like you if you don't? Is it because they will give you a load of grief if you don't? It's usually one or the other. And if they give you a load of grief, that can feel like them saying they don't like you. Now, imagine that you ask me to do something and I say no. You have two choices about how to respond. You can go, oh, well, it was worth asking. Or you can go, what? You're not going to do it? What kind of person are you? Your choice as to which of those options you choose. So if the situation is reversed and I ask you to do something and you say no, I have those same choices about how I react. And that is the case for everybody in the whole world. So if you say no, and the other person is upset, that does not mean you should have said yes. That is a really important thing, and a lot of people really find that quite earth-shattering in sense of its newness as a concept to them. So when somebody asks you to do something, whether it's pick up their dry cleaning or move to the other side of the world, you can think, do I want to do this thing? And into that, you can bring all the stuff about who they are and why they're asking and how much you might owe them in terms of favours and how much you like them and how much you want to help them out. And all of those things may come together that says, this is going to be a real pain, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that is a conscious choice, and that is absolutely fine. When there's the little resentment in here that goes, oh God, they never contact me unless they want something. That's going to be such a pain. Oh God, but I'm going to have to say yes. That's when you can go, but I don't have to say yes. I can say no. On this occasion, I'm not going to do that thing. And no is a complete sentence. So you don't have to give a reason. No excuse, no reason, no pontificating about how difficult it would be or how you would do it if only it was a Thursday. Just, sorry, no. Then if they reply with some kind of hostility, remembering that's on them. You don't have to change your point of view because of their response. So you can then say, I'm sorry you feel like that, but I'm still not going to do it. And you can keep on saying that as often as you need to. If they come up with new information that makes you want to change your mind, you can do that. That's, again, your choice. What we're trying to get to here is a state where you feel you can make the answer you want to give and not the one you feel obliged to give, which will leave you with some resentment or some practical difficulties that need to be overcome. So that's something that a lot of people struggle with, particularly women, because we're taught from a very early age to be nice and to put other people first. And those are good rules for living, but taken to extremes end up causing you and nobody else harm. So if you recognise yourself in that and you feel you need some help in overcoming your inability to say no, then I would love to hear from you. Please do get in touch. Or if you have any hints and tips for people as to how they might find it easier to say no sometimes, then please do share those. And please share this video if you think it would be useful to somebody that you know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.